downloading it.
Well, I guess in theory, but I kind of like it.
You like that?
Yeah.
A short attention span.
Yeah, I actually like it.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I'm increasingly like that now. I'm not. It's embarrassing, but I'm not sure I'm listening to full albums anymore, and I feel bad.
I think that's okay too.
Is that okay?
I think if people make good records, we won't listen to them, and if they don't make good records, I mean, there's people that boycott those things in America, and then you listen to their albums, and well, they're not that good. So I just want to download one song of a bad album that's got the single. And
Right.
That's fine.
Of course. Yeah.
I think that's fine. I'm not fine.
Now I was looking around on the web and I saw a couple of clips of you playing live in different places, and one of them I thought was very sweet. Diver Girl had just posted underneath a live clip of you. It just said, "Ben Folds makes me proud to be a dork." And I thought that was really such a sweet thing. Is that if there were Steve fans out there who felt the same way, I'd be more than happy.
I have a feeling that there are.
Thank you very much.
No, I'm proud too. So it's good. Yeah.
Is that the audience you find that you attract?
Well, I think everyone. I think the majority of people feel like they're dorks.
Yeah. Do they?
I think so.
I don't know, you see. I think there's a very big division between the dork and the non-dork. I mean, certainly in America,
possible.
surely.
It's possible that so many things have been marketed to people so to make them cool, that you can look in a catalog or go to the right place and buy something and feel cool.
Yes.
So I suppose if you just spend the money that you could feel cool. But I do think most people feel like dorks, and so they're closet dorks.
But surely
to pull those people, the Bradley effect kicks in.
but surely, teen movies have told us, they told us many things about American society, but chiefly amongst them that there's, the jocks and there's the nerds,
right.
And you're one side or the other. Surely in high school.
But I think it's the myth of the popular kid or the in group. It's always been a moving target. Those people who everyone thinks are in that group don't feel that they are in that group. So I guess what I'm saying is that if you write from a more vulnerable or a nerdy perspective, more people will probably identify with that than not.
Right. No, that's nice. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's one man in this room who's not a dork. It's got to be this guy here, Rufus. Not only is he related to Joan of Arc, we've already discovered, he's in the recent James Bond film.
Oh well.
So, do you ever feel that you're a dork?
I do.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think what's interesting is that someone like Johnny Depp, who is probably the coolest person in the world, probably thinks he's a dork. There's probably a lot of him that thinks I'm a dork in a kind of Tim Burton way.
Yeah.
Tim Burton is a dork, but he's also a big, cool movie maker. So
yeah.
I think there's a big Venn diagram overlap between dork and cool. And I think I find myself very firmly in the middle of that.
What about Ramsay? Gordon Ramsay? Surely never a dork.
I've got a bit of a loathing for Ramsay that's a bit irrational, so we might have to come back to that later.
Listen, let's play a tune from the current album, because this was, I think, the single. I don't know if it was released in the States, but it's also released here as a single. You Don't Know Me. It's absolutely fantastic, and we'll play this and we'll talk some more. Normal, that's You Don't Know Me, which, as you've pointed out, does not have the bad language in it. There's an awful lot of bad language in this new album, Ben.
Oh, it's not a lot, is there?
Oh, I was listening to it in the car with McGran, and she was appalled.
I'm sorry.
There is quite a lot of effing and blinding. Have you not noticed?
I didn't notice it. Maybe 2 or 3. I don't know.
There's all kinds of words, adult words. Look, even on the front here, it's got a little rapper-style parental advisory explicit language. That makes you pretty cool.
Yeah, it makes me happy.
We're pretty pleased with that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to anyone. I'm not going to BS anyone. The C word's on here.
Yeah, the C word is on, but I'm quoting someone what they said.
I'm not sure that that's an excuse at all.
Well, I mean, I don't condone that it was said. I'm the messenger here.
Sure. Well, I'm shooting the messenger because I was appalled. No, but it's absolutely done. We were told that you're not able to play for us in the studio because you only play your own keyboard or your own piano, which is at your gig because you're performing tonight.
At the gig. Yeah.
We were trying to hypothesize as to why you couldn't play other pianos. Rufus, you had a suggestion.
Well, I was wondering whether you still had the notes written out on the...
You've still got all the letters on the keys.
I've got little happy faces on the ones that will sound good.
Right. This is what we
Sad
suspected.
faces on the ones that I hit last night.
Okay,
Didn't sound
yeah.
good.
Or can we blow it wide open? Is it because you actually just use all of the Yamaha presets that are already on there, and you just press a button and pretend to be playing?
We're not supposed to be talking about this on the
Or you're actually using one of those old vintage pianolas, which just kind of with the old 1930s ones with the large reel in it.
I
that
bring
just
my
plays.
scrolls and my dancing monkey.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can take your fingers away from the keys mid-gig, and then hang on, we're
Yeah,
still hearing
exactly.
the luckiest right there. Yeah.
You know, I don't mind. I'll play just about any real piano. I don't really play the digital ones,
Right. Right.
and that was just became a policy because it got carried away. Everywhere I went, I was expected to play a digital one.
Sure.
So if I just say, I don't play those at all,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
not what I do.
Yeah.
And I sort of, I guess I earned it because I carried my own baby grand piano on tour and moved it myself for 3 years when I started
Wow.
out. So that's enough commitment to earn me to be
Yeah.
to be very picky and.
But is it the because you just prefer the sound of the proper piano, and that's what you just don't like the electronic?
Well, I do think
keyboards
the
and stuff?
sound's better, but I just also think that it's just it responds. It's real and organic, and it's actually making the sound in front of you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what's happened now is, those electric keyboards. They're samples or recordings of real pianos, and some bored guy was playing all these notes for probably 3 days in the studio. And he may be dead now, so I don't want to play the tone of a dead bored guy. I want to play my own tone. That's. I've got like 1/16 Cherokee Indian in me, and I'm very superstitious about summoning the voice of dead bored men.
Yeah. I don't want to play the tones of dead bored guys.
That's it.
That's another quote. I like quotes that have never been said before. Sentences that have never been used, and that's got to be one of them.
That reminds me, the first time I came to London, I was thinking about this when we drove up and laughing about it. And either Enemy or Melody Maker did an interview with, and I didn't know anything about these papers because I'm from America and we don't really have them. And I opened it up, and Oasis said, one of the guys said, well, and if you don't like, big quote, if you don't like our music, then you're, I can't say SH. I can't say that on here.
No.
Scolded me for that. You're doo-doo. And I thought, well, that's kind of funny. I'll try to say that and see what happens. And so the first thing I said, well, if you don't like my music, then you're sh-. And next week I look in and they printed it for me too.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
so it works. If you want to get quoted, you just say that.
Bad language, yeah. There's one. Do you remember the one from Snoop Doggy Dogg that I couldn't stop saying for years? I can't. I mean, it's difficult to clean it up, but I can get away with some of it. I think. It was just because it was a pull-out quote in the NME that was something like, and this is a statement of fact. Right? A bitch is a bitch, and a hoe is a hoe. But if a man be acting like a bitch, he's a, and I can't say the rest. But just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Just bear that in mind if you're ever acting like a bitch or a hoe. Okay.
But I don't even know what I don't know what I am if I.
Okay.
What's the first letter?
I can't really. It's.
You can't.
I mean, just presume, the sort of language, the sort of filth that Snoop Dogg uses.
Yeah.
Take it to the max. That's the sort of stuff he was uttering. Nothing as disgusting as what's on your new album, of course. But
Nothing measures up to that.
but still bad enough. Tell us about the new album then. Tell us a little bit about, because I never know what to ask musicians about the making of an album. I'm presuming it's just you go in, you record it.
You put mics on stuff.
Yeah.
You play.
Sure.
You record it. Then they put it in a computer.
Yeah.
And then you come back and you do it again.
Sure.
They put it in a computer again. Then you and then everyone gets on their Blackberries and paces around outside. It's really musical these days.
Do you have the pressures of sort of record labels coming in and saying, we don't like that track, we like that one, and is that how it works? Or have you earned the right not to worry about that?
I don't know about that. I think I've heard people say that happens, and I've personally never seen it. I mean, I don't know anyone in the music business that, and I like a lot of people in the music business. I don't know any of them that know enough about music to tell me anything about, and I would like it.
Sure.
Like the old days of seeing like a Blue Note album or something. You imagine a producer coming in and say, "That's a big hit, but let's try this." And
Yeah.
I always kind of wanted that, but no one ever said anything.
Listen, we're always here. Give us a call next time.
Let
We
me
can tell
know.
you what the obvious single is. We can tell you if there's too much effing and blinding. We are just here. We're a resource. All right, it's
Well,
the
I wish I
BBC.
talked to you before I let those dirty words, Rip, because I feel bad about it now.
Good. Absolutely. We'll play another tune from this one, but I also wanted to just squeeze this one in, which I don't know whether you're happy to talk about it, whether it's something that you feel like we did that, but I was just really impressed by the stuff you did with William Shatner. I just thought it was dynamite, and I think if people haven't heard this tune, then I think they'll be knocked out, because I think there's an association that he's going to be kind of tongue-in-cheek, or it's going to be sort of laughable in some way, and I think this is a genuinely moving tune, which I think you wrote in collaboration with Nick Hornby, and it's the one, That's Me Trying.
Yeah, great.
Oh, let's play this. Just press the right buttons. William Shatner with Ben Folds and Amy Mann, and That's Me Trying, which is it's a great album, it's a great tune. And can you briefly tell me, I know you've got to head off, you've got to do a sound check, but what was it like working with Bill Shatner? Because I'm a huge fan, as most people are.
Oh, it was great, because he's really, really good. He's professional as he can be. He's easy to work with, and he's used to letting people do, movie stars are like, you're the director, Benny, and I'm the actor. And so he listened, and I did my thing, and he just went, and everything he would say, we'd be in the booth and go, God, that's William Shatner, because it sounds so cool.
Of course it does.
His voice is massive. I had him across from Henry Rollins for one song. Wow. We just kept having to get smaller and smaller mics for Bill, and bigger ones for Henry. Because he was because Henry's great, but he didn't sound as massive as I thought of him.
Sure.
Because Shatner's voice is so huge.
Yeah. And more importantly, what was it like working with Weird Al Yankovic?
Yeah, he's good. I played piano on one of his records, and then he was in town, and on the last album I had him come in and do some serious background vocals.
Yeah.
Well, he's really talented. He's
extraordinary, but he's still doing the novelty kind of the song parodies. Is he still doing that?
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's an extraordinary career, because he's been doing that, 30 years? Did he start during the war making songs about Hitler or something? I don't.
Yeah, the one about the one ball song.
Sure, that was Weird Al.
That was him.
Listen, it's such a pleasure to talk to you, and we'll play another tune from the album a bit later in the show. I know you've got to go
because I said ball.
Yeah, but no, you've got to go and play your piano.
I got to go play a gig. Yeah.
Where are you performing this evening?
Shepherd's Bush. Yeah.
Can people still catch you on tour? Is that just you're just doing the one gig and then you're shooting off to Europe?
That's
or something?
it. And then we just did Germany, and we're going back home now.
Okay, well listen, the album is Way to Normal. It's fantastic, and we'll, as I say, play another tune from it later. Thank you very much. Round of applause for Ben Folds.
On digital, online, BBC 6 Music.
New single from Ryan Adams, Fix It, from his current album Cardinology. Steve Show, 6 Music with me, Steve Merchant, and my gang here. Thanks again to Ben Folds. He's off. Where did you say he was playing this evening?
Shepherd's Bush.
It's all sold out anyway, I don't know why I mentioned it. We'll play another tune from his album, which is excellent, later on. Before we get to a musical choice from Rufus, obviously the BBC now has pretty much, and Dan, you're guilty of this, of course, being a BBC employee. BBC's essentially squandered its reputation. The number of scandals have essentially ruined it, and it's very important for shows like ours, I think, to seem public service.
We're very much carrying the torch.
We're carrying the torch. We're keeping the station and the nation afloat. By the way, it's also about 21 minutes to 5, in case you need to know. But yeah, we're trying to make the show more public service generally. And can I make a cultural recommendation to you? And I mean this sincerely. There's not much going on in Vancouver while I was filming over there. I'm not going to lie to you. People say it's great. Yeah, it's great. It's boring. It's the truth of it. But because also I'm one of the sort of people who I don't like to sit in bars and strike up conversations with people in case they're a bore. So I just like to sit in my room, crying. And anyway, I noticed that the Vancouver Film Festival was on. Ding dong, I thought I'm a movie buff. Only really one film that I wanted to see. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called JCVD. Alright, those letters stand for Jean-Claude Van Damme. And it's a film I'd read about in which Jean-Claude Van Damme plays himself. I went along to the film festival. It was all sold out. There's a load of people outside queuing up for returns. And it was, I have to say, a shameful moment on my part where I thought, is there any chance I can get noticed at this point by maybe some kind of festival organiser? Because I'm feeling